Yo,
Are we here?
what's going on?
Hi guys. What's up?
What it do?
We're here. We missed last week, but we're here this week. Sorry about that.
We
What the heck? Oh,
don't just ignore it.
okay. Well, but I am.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it. I gotta get to this point, so I can go like that. So I can go like that.
He's playing
Whoa,
around.
whoa,
Wow, that was the biggest chat in the world right there. Hi guys.
bam.
It's me, David
What
Sill.
up, Mark with NAS Arrow Systems. You
Yeah,
gotta,
when
gotta, gotta.
we're back this week. What's up, Roger? How you doing, Robert? How you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you out here. Dude! Oh, hey, you're here. Cool.
There, I was looking for the daggone symbols.
I beat you to it.
I know, I was looking for them. I'm like, wait a minute, they're right here under travel.
Yeah, you got to go to travel, dude.
I know, but I was trying to find travel, and it's like, where did it go? It didn't go anywhere. Apparently, I don't like to travel.
You can't find
Oh,
them.
we're gonna get off on a tangent already, real quick.
Because we talk about traveling?
No, yeah, because we're talking about traveling, which is kind of off on a tangent. But so, you know how we were always going to Orlando every stinking week?
Uh-huh.
Well, I could. We. She finally got fed up this past weekend after going that we're gonna cancel our passes and get a refund since they're offering a refund.
Wait a minute, wait. I don't understand. The what?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, just like she
For-
got tired of it?
Well, no, she's not tired of it. She's tired of what because of the way they're making you do everything right now because of all the stupidness, the stupidness.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because we can't just go when we want. We can't just show up when we want. We can't just book a hotel when we want.
That's how they do you. That's how they trap you like that, you know?
Yeah, so it's all because of the stupid thingy. Everybody's briefing in. Everybody can't brief apparently. I can't brief.
Well, you need to be debriefed.
I can't brief. So yeah, and it just the all the craziness as far as the requirements go, and it has to be this type of mask, and you have to do this, and it's like they all the pictures that she took this weekend
Yeah.
on the rides and stuff. They're not going to allow us to have them because they took their masks off on the ride.
What the hell does that mean, dude? This ain't a Nazi state. You
Yeah,
took masks off, you just
yeah. That's how strict they are, man.
that's just sloppy dobby.
Yeah, it's Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Dude,
Speaking of that,
like what the
Furious 7 was on on TV tonight.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I just, it was one of my favorite lines in like what was it, Fast 5, I think.
I don't know, probably Fast 58. I don't know. What
No.
number are they on now? 7,464,743.
No, they're on like 8 or 9, I think. 7, 9.
I can't keep
don't
track.
know.
I've not
I'm not counting the spin-offs.
I have
The
not
Hobbs
seen-
and Shaw.
Okay,
I'm not
wait a minute.
counting.
No,
I'm
you're
not,
right.
yeah, I'm not
I
counting
have
that.
seen. I think I've seen the first one all the way through. Maybe I'm not sure.
you're stupid.
I think that's it.
That's it? No, you gotta see at least like the first like 5.
No, I gave up. I mean, because it's like
It's got The Rock, man.
yeah, but I'm not Dalton, so it's just because it's got the Rock in it doesn't mean I'm going to watch it. He's
Yeah,
cool.
it does. It does. It does mean I'm gonna watch it.
Well, I mean, okay.
Are you watching the Titan games?
No.
You're not watching the Titan games?
Dude, for somebody that says he's working all the time, you should have a lot of. He should be able to get on.
Okay, but I've only watched like 2 episodes of the Titan games.
Oh, you ain't watching either. Okay, I have to admit, I did watch an episode of it the other day at my sister's house because something was on somehow. I don't know how it was on. That's the only time I've ever seen it because I don't watch TV. So,
I know, I know. I usually watch ESPN if I'm going to watch something.
I don't watch, like, now that there's no auto racing, I really have, like, lost interest in the world.
What do you mean there's no auto racing? We're gonna get off on tangent really deep in this one.
I'm sorry.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
wait,
What do
oh,
you
wait,
mean
wait,
that
wait,
there's
wait. Tell us about the
no?
Goliath, man. The Goliath is really pretty cool, dude.
What do you mean
Keep
there's
going
no
on that.
auto racing? They've been doing the whatchamacallit for the last like 3 months.
The
The
whatchamacallit? Yeah.
the e racing, the I racing, or whatever that is.
That doesn't not count. No, no. Unless you're in a car around a track, that shit don't count.
Yeah, they're
I don't mean
both
on a.
they're both
I don't
in
mean
there.
on a. I don't mean on a couch in front of a screen, dude. I mean in the car driving
It's
around.
the
Like
drivers
got to
in
do every
the front of
day.
their screen.
Yeah, well, that don't count, dude. You got to be in a driving
It's
simulator at every point at somebody's point in your life anyway. That's fake shit. I ain't doing it.
it's just funny. They race
I mean,
like
it's just
20
even
laps and then
even Chrissy was mad at it. She's like, okay, this dude just crashed, right? He flipped like 17 times, and then when his car ended up back on the track, the other two cars behind him went right through him. Like that shit's really gonna happen. Yeah, okay. No, no, fake, fake.
yeah, yeah,
I call fake, and I'm not
yeah,
watching. Not watching. It's just not gonna
yeah.
happen.
That's why you gotta
I mean, I understand. Okay, I do know that Formula One did start back up last week, and
yeah.
that's um. Unfortunately, the Mercedes team just picked up where they left off, so that kind of sucks. But that's how these things work.
Yeah,
Um,
well, they always like to lose.
September is looking pretty good for. I don't. I'm. Damn, I'm getting off on this tangent. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's racing, and that's the only racing that we're really concerned with. Is
Well, how do you know that it's 60 times heavier?
he must actually be able to weigh it.
Do you weigh your stuff? Because
Well, that's something we've always wanted to do. Yeah, but yeah. Well, actually, now we're going to be able to. I've got something that can weigh planes as well, so I'll be joining you in that and be able to tell weights as well because I was really looking forward to that.
yeah, that's how you weigh them.
That's how you weigh 'em. You gotta. Do you use a kitchen scale or you use a postal scale?
You use a turkey scale.
Hey, how's that tourney going anyway?
Oh, what, you talking about me?
Well, I'm talking about you.
You know I was gonna put that on the list for tonight. And maybe I'll pull it up and work on something, but I need to actually sit down and actually plan it out and go for it because I need to stop procrastinating.
That would be a thing, yeah.
That would be like the first time in my life.
It would be, yeah.
You know, my boss tells me all the time, you need to sit down and plan it out and stop procrastinating. I'm like, I'm not procrastinating, boss. He's like, well, you need to get organized and you need to plan it out and you need to just tack it and get it done. I'm like, man, you know what? Ain't nobody got time for that because I'm too busy doing everybody else's job because I don't trust anybody else to do their own job.
I love how you call it the OG, because it is the OG. Robert, you building something in the background? I hope you are, because we're going to here soon. You put the FP... Okay, seriously, what have you guys done with this FPV? Because, I mean, as long as we've been into... You and me, Mark, as long as we've been into planes, we ain't never used this damn thing. Should we use this damn thing?
What are you talking about?
The FPV.
What are you talking about? First person view?
In a way, yes.
What you talking about?
You
I don't
notice
know
I'm
what
putting
you're
up
talking
your...
about, Willis.
Oh, you driving? Oh, my bad. Are you like going to and fro work? Are you like actually like on a road trip somewhere?
He's
You
going to
coming up here
buy.
so we can fly?
He's going to buy some masks.
I don't wear masks, even though they just passed a law where it's going to mandate in Milwaukee County, and
It's
I'm
not.
going
They
to-
did. They don't really pass laws, do they?
Well, it's either that or you're going to face a $500 fine if you're caught without wearing it. So
Yeah, but it's not a law. It's just a.
it will be as of July 20th, I think.
But they can't. It's not permanent.
No, it's not permanent. So we'll call it a statute. How about that?
Yeah, that's more what it is. It's more
Maybe
like
it's a bill.
civil liberties type of thing.
Civil liberties.
It
It's
would
a civil liberties.
liberty
Liberty bibbity.
bibbity, liberty liberty bibbity, bibbity
Oh, dude, why are you
bibbity
doing that?
bibbity
Okay,
mutual.
I can respect that. Okay. Hey, you notice I'm putting the first rounds of your you notice I'm putting the first rounds of your tourney up there, right there for you.
It is well. So hang on.
Driving to put a baby to sleep. Yeah, I recognize that. I never had to do that. Never had to do that.
That's
But
not
I
what
feel
I'm.
you.
That's not what I'm
You
looking
had
for.
to-
What am I looking for? What am I looking for?
You began. Oh wait, you began fitting it. Does that mean like it still hasn't test flown? It's just you're trying to work the fitment so it can fly with it.
That's not what I want. I want to get
You need
this over here.
Hey! Oh yeah, the spreadsheet just covered me. Oh crap! Now I can't see shit.
Well, that's because you're gonna help me.
Okay.
That's because you're gonna help me. So, and I was gonna do this research earlier, but I just didn't. But you're gonna help me with this real quick, and then we could probably post it up. But
We could probably post it
actually,
right here, folks.
I'll show you what I'm trying to do, real quick.
Okay, seriously, I gotta know, where the hell do you build something like this? There's another thing we were talking about. We're gonna have the show on the Zeus or the Omniway, something big, okay? And we'll do it, but I'm just kind of concerned. Where the hell are we gonna build this? Like the floor? I'm gonna need to set up my camera differently because if we're gonna build it on the floor, like, damn. Wait, give me that damn, brother. Yeah, I mean,
It
for
took me a
real.
minute. I was focused on something else. I was like, wait, I gotta push the button. So you see this?
So, talking about like the Sweet 16 because really, you've only got like how many planes you got total?
Well, that's the
I,
thing. Like,
you obviously don't have Black Squire, Black Knight,
you
Draco.
hush him. You hush him out.
No, no, I'm being serious. You
I
don't have
know. You
those.
hush him
Okay?
out.
All right.
You hush him out. I got
What is
plenty.
this?
I got plenty. Look at this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Hey,
12, 13.
speaking of which, you know what? You need to put Phantom Lightning in there.
No. Phantom
Yeah,
Lightning.
because you have Draco.
No.
You have Draco and Black Squire and Black Knight in there. You need to put it in there.
No.
You've even got Twister in there. Come on, you got to put it in there.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
because I
matter.
have Twister as green.
I know,
I
but
need to
you
get
don't
rid
have
of Draco,
Dracos.
Black Squire, Black Knight.
Well, you need to do what I do then and put another tab in there that runs that are completely retired.
Yeah,
And take
planes that
them,
don't exist.
yeah, take them right the hell out.
Yeah, just move these. That was the thing. They were active at the time. I don't know why Draco was in there because it wasn't. But
Yeah, but Phantom Lightning was once active. Just make yourself another tab and just,
how?
yeah, you got
Yeah,
to do
I'm just
what
gonna
you got to do.
just take out G, H, and I. How about that? The row, the columns, not the actual.
Yeah, I mean you can.
But but yeah, I got 13. So
Okay. So like the Sweet 16, practically.
practically, so with that in mind, if you break it down, what you have this
Yeah,
one,
and
this
the
one right
blended
here.
body airplane, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Right.
and then you have 8 over here.
So you're going to take
Do
out
do
one
do
from
do
each
do
side because
do.
you've only got 13, and somebody's going to have a play-in game because you've only got 13.
Well,
And
yes,
one plane's going to have a bye. I mean, I'm being serious because it's you're setting it up like a quote-unquote tourney. So
yes,
one team,
but
one's going to have a play-in, and the other two are going to
but it's
have a bye
honestly
'cause you
gonna,
got
it's not gonna be because you can't go Thunderbolt versus Spider. You know what I'm saying?
right. You
That,
can't.
but what I can do is I can take.
How small are they, OE? I'm kind of curious. You said cardstock, but what kind of piece of cardstock?
Oh my goodness!
You talking
cardstock.
regular
Who uses
A4? Or are
cardstock?
you talking
Man?
about
That's
index cards? Oh yeah, I gotta look at something. Don't mind me. I'm working with you guys. Let's see here. Uh oh.
what?
Oh, Amazon wants me to pick a charity. What charity should I? Oh, my own.
Well, see, and that's the
You
thing.
see, you
Swallow and
see.
Ninja are not. I don't think they're comparable.
That would be Impact OAE. I'm teasing you, but seriously, I kind of wouldn't mind us being known as both, just because we can lock the market down. But I do like Core better than Force. So it is 8.5 by 11. God damn, that thing's huge. It definitely will be. And the thing is, what can we use it for? Okay, so wait, Mark. So like, okay, but so you're not going to have a full-on tourney because you can't have a full-on tourney. You just need to have like your roles pitted against each other, basically, right? That's what you're saying.
Well, kind of, yeah. Like so. So I need to like Spider has got to go against itself, and which version is going to actually win out. That's more or less what I got to do. So if in theory, Spider would be like the Elite Eight.
Ah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's
Yeah.
like six. So if I go over here and I go here, you're talking, or even the final four. If I pick, because that's the other thing. I gotta fly on to see, okay, which ones go the same equal distance.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so if 4 and 6 are equal distance and 3 and 5 are equal distance, but 3 and 5 are shorter than 4 and 6, well, obviously 4 and 6 are going to be the long range, plane. So it's like, okay, so then I need to build, like 5 of each. And this is where the numbers are going to increase. This is where it's going to, like, my numbers are going to increase. So this is one, how you can build your numbers up. But two, this is also how you can determine which one's going to be primary.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Yeah.
so then once I determine, so if I look at where was it at? Which one had the? I think it was under contractors and tech, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
No, it wasn't under contractors and tech. Was it?
Wait, what? No.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
yeah, you,
It
no,
wasn't
but it does
contract.
have your list of stuff. But yeah,
No,
so,
it was under the roles. That's where it was at. This one.
yeah,
That's
there
what
you
I'm
go.
looking.
Yeah.
So in theory, if you're looking at this medium to long range strike, and then you're also looking at the dead roll, because that would be the next one down.
Right.
So then, like, you basically pin the 2 or 3 ones that are in this, the medium to long range. You pin those against each other, and and that's the thing, if they're equal, or if they're close to being equal, then I could just do all 4 against each other and say, okay, whichever one wins is going to be the long range strike, and then I could turn around and
Yeah.
go back and do another small, and not just give it to the automatic second place, because who knows, like maybe I tweak something in between.
I think Zeta is. So sorry, Mark. I think Zeta is the largest one. You need to give me like because I don't know exactly. You and Robert too. If you could give me an idea, what Mark was looking at before. You've seen that sheet. Like you update. Oh, you update the sheet with a listing of aircraft on it. But you need to give me, if you can, a general rundown of the ones you've got on the dimension sheet, so I know exactly. Robert, you kind of need to do this too if you can. Um, Length, width, height, and stuff like that. Simple dimensions. I mean, it doesn't have to be for everyone. My God, the sheet will get huge if you do it OAE. But you know what I mean? just so I have a basis because I don't know. It could be. Anyway, yeah. No, Mark, I got you. I know because like, but if you notice that rolls though, it's funny that you mentioned breaking it down just because like if you see the roll sheet, um, you have 13 planes and obviously there's more than 13 rolls on there. So it's like, you really want to go about that route because you're gonna
You
have to
you
develop a few
you
more.
you shut the
You're gonna have to develop just a
you
few
shut
more.
the fuck up.
You just little bit
But
behind.
I'm not because like we said before, if let's go look at this. You have okay, let's and we'll does it tell me like regular Excel?
Oh no, wait, there you go. Wait, never mind. Over there by your. Okay, no, you've got them all kind of locked in. Well, okay, you don't have Black Squire and Black Knight, but you do have them locked in. Even Thunderbolt Plus is the airlift and bomber, so you do have -2. So you got down to 13. So you have 13. All 13 of yours are locked in, minus Black Squire and Black Knight.
Right,
And the funny,
which
well, the funny thing is you did. We don't even have a couple of them on there. Ekron's not on there. Ninja and Raptor's not on there. You've got them listed right there. React and Dagger are not in there. They're the ones that are in green down there, lower because they're in testing.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you've updated this.
Yes,
Yep.
Thunderbolt Plus is technically in testing, but you know what it's going to do because you know what it's going to do. That's why it's sitting in
Yeah,
the.
yeah, that's why you put it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have
But only 6 inches long. Giant flying
yeah,
wing.
you see you have the medium bomber and then see so we don't even have the big spider. Like
Right.
the one that's
Right.
even bigger than this
Yeah,
one.
because well, we were no, it's right there actually. V3. Oh no, because yeah, you
Cuz
don't have.
cuz this is V4, but I
Right,
know I
which is
built one bigger than this.
what did you build bigger than that? What did you build it out
I
of?
thought I built it out of calendar paper.
No, calendar paper was the V4.
Was it?
Yeah, because V3 is the Chinese menu paper.
I thought V1 was just legal
V1 is like this.
is like legal sheet.
Yeah, is like this. Yeah, that was your standard. That's your first one rolled off the line, and yeah, you didn't build a big one. You built one of these. V2 was that micro size that just didn't work.
Yeah, that V2 was that was yeah, I remember that. V2 was
Yeah,
micro. V3, and that's the other thing is
I know you talked about it before. You said like
yeah,
you might not keep that it just because it's different size. Technically, it's still a V1. It's just bigger.
right.
But like your V7, for example, or V5, whichever one it was you made with the little step in the anhedrals, that is a different piece. So that is technically
Yeah.
a
Like
new V, and
like
you might not do that with your upsized ones. I get it. I get it.
yeah, like the small one and the bigger ones. They all might just be V1, which means I might not have V7, I might have V4.
Right.
But
So I mean, I know that's kind of why you would need a tourney, but you don't need an actual fly off for that. You
no.
just need to figure out your naming stuff for that.
Yeah. Cuz I have that. I
I
have
think Zeta might be the biggest if it's 22 inches wide versus 6 inches long, but it's only 6 inches long. I mean, we could just go by relative wing area. But it's the same thing, dude. When you do it, when you talk about stuff like that, you talk about how, um, like any air force or any country, how do you measure the largest airplane? Do you measure it by weight, by length, or stuff like that? Because there's different ways to do it. The Spruce Goose is the largest plane in the world, depending on how you measure it. But so is the AN 225. So it depends on how you measure it.
and we're gonna talk about this
Oh yeah.
relatively quick. I'm gonna pull this up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
wow, yeah. So everybody can man. All right, I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit.
Okay. I don't think. Speaking of which, let me give you a little heads up on the move. I think I
Oh,
touched on it, but I was going to say a little bit more. Is like the next week, I think
oh my
I'll still be
goodness.
online with you guys. Sorry we missed last week. I don't know what happened, but I was in the middle of a move. I'm going to try to make sure I'm here next week.
Is that all the
My
way
week will
zoomed
still
out?
be at this base. Um, but like I think the week after next, which will be the 29th, the
Oh, that's what I
29th,
need to do. Hang on.
if I'm on the show the 29th, it'll probably be at the new base. If I'm on the show, it's going to be a busy part of the week since we have to be out of the old base by the end of the month. So we shall see. Of course, we'll give you more updates as we get there. It's still 2 weeks away,
Okay.
but
So I'm gonna kind of.
there you go. Yeah, hey, dude, that's perfect. If you need it, this is what we were talking about. If you can get the screen to fade away, since you're going to be, we're highlighting you. You could be the highlight. You could take up the whole screen if you want.
There we go. I'll do that.
You want to do that? You don't have
It
to because
wasn't
you
the
can.
exact transition. Um,
No, this also is part of the thing we're talking about
but
making the updates to the site, the videos, because eventually we can make that a nice seamless look.
yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out where I have everything, where I have the camera. So, for
So
instance, this is kind of a V1. I'd have to look at it exactly. So
88 inches.
that's a V1.
What the hell did you build that out of?
This
No, sorry, I was asking him. Did you see what he just said? Oh, wait, he said
one inch tall, 88
no,
inch.
no.
How do you have an 88-inch wingspan? I mean,
How do you fit
that's
that in a house?
dude.
That's
That's
taller than
like
that's taller than my fridge. A fridge is only 60 inches around there. What do you do? Just put it on the ceiling when not in use? No wonder it'd be impractical. Anyway. So yeah, okay, so dude, you got various sizes right there.
well, I do. Um, yeah, like for instance, this one. This one's the bigger one, or I should say the medium bomber.
Okay.
Dang it, I can't. Okay, so this
Okay.
one,
So. Okay.
this
So.
one, this one was snub nosed, or I should say was had the cut with the anhedral step in it.
Okay.
This one is the same. Well, I won't say the same thing. It's with the nose, but the weight is half the weight. So it's a huge difference.
I can
And
see
then this is
you're gonna.
this is got a bigger anhedral step, but it's the same as that.
Well, I think the little. I think
Well, I
okay.
should
I
say
think as long as
the
you're
same as this one. The same as this one with the nose cut, except it's got a full nose.
22 sheets, 8.5
Because
inch
the weight
paper.
in this one and the weight in this one are the same. This one's half the weight. This one's a V1, and this is
Just bigger. It's a medium bomber.
bigger,
Yeah.
bigger one of these.
Because those are standard size.
This is standard size. Yeah, if you compare these two, these are the exact same size.
Okay. Okay. So.
Because I
Well,
will.
you definitely have the record by wingspan.
That is
The biggest I ever made was around 50 inches.
7 inches long, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches long.
Okay, so I can see you're going to be, dude. This is where you become a more advanced builder because you're not only dealing with this with Spider, but you're going to be dealing with this with the other ones too. And it's
Well, yeah,
just like
because
you
now
said,
I have.
you don't want to make V3 as just being the large one. Now you're thinking about like, okay, so just a bigger V1 is something, and then you're going to say like, well, if it's made out of different materials, I don't think are you going to say that's another variant, or are you just going to say like it's a sub variant and call it a V1 something else?
I don't know.
Or even have to wait. I mean, have to wait.
Have to wait, yes, because the weight makes a difference.
Okay.
I know the type of paper makes a difference as well because that's a weight thing. But if it's this is where we get to the end of the technical part. All right, so let me change this back. Go back to filters. Go here. Close. There we go. Look at that. That's how you do that.
Now, if we could just make it look like it fades better, we're getting there. That's pretty cool.
Well, so
that's
yes,
what we should be doing. That's what we should be doing. You know, when we get to the building,
so
we should actually cut
so,
off the top screens so that like we take
so
over.
Let me show you this.
This isn't exactly a tangent, folks. Well, we've been working on this.
Okay. Oh, it is. Oh, okay, I got you.
See, I think during the show, if we go to a build, we're doing a build and we're highlighting tech, we should each take over half of the screen, even over the top up there, because everybody got the idea, you know, so we could just like, okay, we're starting to build, they want to highlight, it makes our screen bigger.
Okay, so what?
I think it'd be logical.
What are you doing on Friday? I know you're moving and stuff.
Don't know yet. We could be doing something, I suppose.
I mean, what's up? If you, because here's what we could do. We could sit down and this isn't really off on a tangent, but we can.
No, it's not. We're working our site and stuff. Yeah.
So
you guys could put input too.
Crap. So I'll maximize this for you. So if you see here, I obviously have 2, right?
Right.
Within the system, but now see this.
Mossad. Why is it so far over?
Well, that's because this is cropped. This is cropped different.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, all of this stuff here, see, I have them labeled, but I don't have anything changed in it. These 3 are the same.
Oh, okay. But that's prep for sheets and stuff. I see that. Okay.
It is. That's why it's kind of cropped and zoomed, because it's just picking up the desktop. Is what this is. That's what this one is right here.
Gotcha.
But what I can do is I've already got this one labeled. Then I can come in and create a different. So let's go. Let's say. Let's use. Hang on. Let's use that for example. Let's throw this up on the side. They're gonna see this real quick.
Look out now! You guys are gonna see this.
So you see how this is here?
Yeah.
This is all they can see right now.
Right.
It's just this. But this, you can see all of this. Now when you transition, you can see how it faded in and out.
Yeah, right. I'm used to that when I did mine, yeah.
Now they can see this, but they can't see this. So that's how I'm saying that we can do...
You guys getting all this? Robert, are you be able to watch this while you're driving, or?
we can transition easier. It'd really help if I put up my third monitor.
You haven't put that thing up yet? What the hell?
No, I haven't put the TV up yet.
Oh, OAE, I just wanted to say, if you got it by wingspan, you may have it by weight too, just because that thing, literally, I mean, if it's that big, it's probably got weight. So length is the only thing that's questionable. But then again, if you made it 88 inches long, it'd be funny if you tell me you made it 66 inches or 6 inches long, 88 inches wide, because it's like, okay, so you made a stick. You made a stick.
A stick.
A stick. Okay, so anyway, that's what we're talking about.
So
we're upgrading the way we look when we do this thing. Because again, I think it'd be better if we did take over more of the screen. Because again, you know, this is our look. You know, what you see is what it looks like. Everybody's used to this. But when we get to the point of the build, we may want to zoom in and take over the whole screen so that people can see, like, highlight, hey, look what we're doing, you know, stuff like that. This is stuff we're working on. So
Yeah.
that's why he's talking about let's get together Friday and see if we can hash this out.
Yeah, because that's really like just creating a couple of scenes and then creating a couple of views and then labeling them because I would have to do new sources inside each one
Right, right.
and not use the same one. That's why when you see when I look, let's go here again. So when you see this one, and this one, they all look the same because
Right.
they're all using
But
the
the
same.
sheets,
But they're all
yeah,
using the
because
same short source. But I can change the source for the folds and label it something different, and crop it differently, and we could transition it better. It won't. It honestly won't take long at all.
okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. We're ready. We're ready for it.
Yeah,
We're almost
we're
there. He really did, dude. 88 inches long by 7 to 8 inches, or 88 inches wide. Let's get this right. 88 inches wide by 7 to 8 inches long. So it was a stick. It really was a stick. So like, imagine this width, this length, and then shoosh, just like you couldn't even see the end of it. God, did it even look like a plane? Did it look like some
How is
giant
it?
paper ruler?
How is it wide?
Well,
But
it was a flying wing. Obviously, it's just like, was there any aspect ratio at all? Was there a taper? I mean, my God, dude, it was
you're
only
talking
7 8
okay.
inches long.
So let's. So you're saying if it was 24 inches wide by.
Damn, that's just damn. I can't even, dude. Damn.
But you're talking this. Like I'm confused. How is the wingspan like this?
It had to be a slight sweep. It had to be.
That's crazy. Like I
Are
don't
you
get
trying to
it.
draw it or something?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to pinpoint like on here like it's not this
Okay,
because this is a one for one.
this would be a very rough draft, but I imagine it looks kind of like on a great scale. I imagine it just looks like that. It looks like a giant boomerang, 88 inches long of boomerang. Because you just said it was kind of
Oh.
like a slight sweep, so it's a constant chord with a little bit of taper. So yeah, it's gonna be like it really is a flying wing, but it's 88 inches wide. So in other words,
Oh. So
basically from
it's so you're talking this. You're talking like this, and then going
yeah,
like
exactly.
I
I don't
gotcha. And then at the tips, it's 88 inches, or is it like from the middle
well
of
from
the,
well from tip to tip definitely it'd be 88 inches. I'm just kind of curious that he
or
said
is it?
roughly constant chord. Did he measure like from the frontmost point, what you could call the nose, to the rearmost point, which if there's any sweep back,
That
or
would be the
was it
back
just
corner.
right? Would it be where where the wingtips ended at
Because
the
you would
very
have
back?
to say that it went from here back to here.
Right.
Wait, back to here.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever the furthest point back is, because it could be with a flying wing, you could just measure the fuselage in the very dead center, like here, or you could measure from wherever its nose happens to be to its back corners if these sweep back further. Because if the wing sweeps back, then this will be
Yeah,
longer.
like this. Yes, exactly. Because you're gonna measure it to, and that's the thing. Like the measurement on this is just, it's what did I said 7 inches, right? One,
Uh-huh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that's not counting
To
this.
the rudder, yeah, to the rudder, not to the
That,
delta diamond tips,
right.
right?
I'm counting fuselage. I'm not counting that.
As well, you should. Yeah, nose to rudder is usually what we count. So trailing, and he just forward to the trailing edge at the center. So basically, what would constitute the fuselage? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to, like, if you do dimensions, definitely nose to rudder wherever your rudder may be. But if you have something like what Mark's showing, that delta diamond tip, you can, of course, put the dimensions and say like, hey, there's an extra inch back there because of the delta diamonds, because that's essentially kind of like a tail plane.
Yep. Yeah, because that's literally like another almost inch. If you look at it from there, yep, that is about an inch.
Oh, I gotta get me that.
That is about an inch.
Okay, so yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I would, if you were trying to describe your plane to somebody and they had not seen it, didn't have the capabilities,
Yeah.
like if you were just reading our dimension sheet, for example, I mean, I think I would probably write down to the tip, just because if you wrote down 7 inches and they built it and it was like they had that delta diamond, they'd be like, son of a bitch, this is 8 inches. What is he doing that I'm doing wrong? You'd have to include that just to let them know.
Yeah. You'd have to say like, hey, yeah, it is 8 inches, but it's 7 inches of fuselage.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Just to let them know. I mean, if you had pictures, of course,
it's just
like
that extra inch makes a difference.
when we put these in the book, it'll be a little bit different because the pictures will go along with the dimensions, and they'll be able to tell, like, oh, hey, that's why it's that long. So I'll say, yeah. So yeah, that's cool. But anyway, um, wait a minute. Okay, back to it though. So, are you thinking that you want to like? I know you've got to be giving this some thought. Do you want to take out 2, 3, and 4 altogether and say like it's just V1 and you have A, B, and C sizes, or G, A, H sizes, or something like that?
Um, I don't know at this point. I don't. It's a hard decision,
I know. I believe
and I
you. It'll
say
be
that
hard.
because it's not that it's a lot of work, because it's really not that much work, but it's it's still a big decision. A big decision.
I can't blame you. I mean, I wouldn't know if I would want to do it that way either, just because it's like. I
But
mean,
how
you
do
see
you?
when I do
But
with a
how do
phase,
you
well, like
determine
with the phases,
sizes?
obviously. I mean, it's like, I mean, a phase two is a phase two. Doesn't matter what size it is. Fighter bomber, bomber,
Right.
heavy bomber, medium bomber. And I never made a medium bomber, but the heavier bomber was out of calendar paper, and the fighter bomber was out of Chinese menu cut in half. So I still knew that, like, okay, these were the upsizes, but it didn't change. It was still a phase two. It was still a phase three.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is like, okay, you didn't constitute size difference as a variant.
Right, because I mean,
Did
like
you
you can
count it
tell,
as a
like,
subvariant, or did you not count it at all?
I mean, I counted it as a prefix. That's basically the best way to put it. It was not like a phase 2B, phase 2C, D, E, F, blah, 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 whatever. I just put, oh, it was this big, B phase 2, because it was the bomber. It was just that big. Because it could still, at that size, get all of the tech that I put on a regular phase 2.
I see
That
what you're
was what,
saying.
yeah, that's what really did it, because the tech was the little suffixes. If it had Pisces, it was a phase 3J. Okay? But if it was a bomber that still got Pisces, well then it was a B3J. That's it. I mean, that's the change, cuz any size it is, we'd still get the same tech. And that's why
That's
I think you should go that, because it makes sense. If you just
yeah.
add tech to it, it's still it's still that way. I mean, with the one you got right there, that's a new tech with your anhedrals, but it's still going to be whatever it happens to be, the V2 or 3 now if you get rid of the other ones. It'll still be a V3, but it'll
Yeah.
be a
Could be
V3
three.
sized up.
Yeah, it'd be yeah, and then
And
it'll
since
just be an A, B, C based on tech.
right, right.
And
Um
you didn't. So the first piece of tech that you constituted would get A, and the next time you change something tech wise that you liked and kept it, that would be B. Is that what you're saying?
yep, yep. I mean, it just worked because they were, it was the phase 1, right? That's how it was. I don't know how it got its name. I can't remember the story behind it. Well, I mean, I kind of do, but I'm not going into it. But it was phase 1, so it's like a letter made sense after it. If you're
Gotcha.
going to do that, it makes sense.
All right.
So,
Give me a minute. I'll be back.
okay,
Keep it going, and then we'll
I
build
will.
something. We'll build something when I get back.
All right. His his idea, like anybody that's done this, and I'm sure you guys, Robert OAE, I'm sure you're no stranger to having variants of stuff, so you have figured out ways. But if any of you other guys have ways, it's totally up to you. I mean, there's all different kinds of ways of doing it, and especially when you write it versus telling it to somebody. Because I mean, I remember as a kid when I was like 4 years old reading about some of the planes, especially like the British planes, because they love to use a Mark IV or Mark III. But I didn't realize at the time that whenever you saw like the Phantom was the FGR Mark III. But see, when you say it, it's the Mark III. But when it's typed out, it's just that little dot. In Britain, that dot indicates the mark for the aircraft. So when you see the dot, you say mark because you don't say it's FGR dot four. You just don't. What? No, no, no. So yeah, any way you do it, I just like okay. Tech is. I know we're kind of getting off on the same thing we said before, but I like to rehash it every now and again. But like, tech is an addition, and I mean like for those of y'all that don't splurge in it, it doesn't really, if you don't really dip into the tech pool, if you don't add a whole bunch of stuff on, it doesn't affect you too much. But if you like me, where like I like to dabble with a whole bunch of stuff on there, that's my thing. I tinker with them. Yeah, they get a lot of letters, especially if it works. And it could be something minor like just putting holes in a plane when you never put holes before. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, Aid, have you ever tried putting holes in your fuselages? Like cutting, like I don't mean like a hole punch, although I would mean that too. But I mean like literally taking and cutting the hole, a square hole, maybe an inch long down near the keel of the fuselage, especially on yours because you have an inch long or an inch high. It makes me wonder if you'd ever tried it because it does make me curious as to what it would do. Hell yeah, cardstock's a game changer. Cardstock also gets a little bit more expensive than the other stuff. I love to recycle. I love to keep, whatever I use on hand. Besides like the waterproof paper that we got. Yeah, the waterproof paper, a little bit different. Uh, I haven't ordered that officially yet. Because well, yeah, I could go flying in the rain, but I mean, they give it to me for free. But I mean, to just order it, not use it for anything, and turn it into a paper airplane. Myself personally, I usually say that's a no-no. I'd rather use it for something and then like okay it served its purpose as a writing utensil, now I can do what I want with it. I mean, yeah, everybody's got their own ways. If you've got paper just lying around versus oh, I've got reams, I'll never print this much, you go ahead. I'm not saying obviously don't do that, but I like to recycle, so that's basically what I look at when I do the planes. I mean, like every now and then I'll buy some for plane purposes, like I do have um sky colored stationery for obvious reasons. Good camouflage, at least for flying high. I mean, down low, it looks pretty stupid, but well, holes punched into the side. Yeah, I mean, like literally cut and then left there so like the air passes through. I use that for like the vertical lift engines that I had because it had an intake. I've probably in one of our earlier shows I might have shown you the diagram, but I talked to Ben about this too over at Y13, and like it's you build an intake and the air passes through, then you build a block stopper in the back, and then it just shoots out the back. I mean, obviously it's kind of dumb as a kid because you're like, okay, when you see it, it just goes in and shoots down, so the plane's just gonna flip. But well, it was cool making it anyway. I mean, yeah, but I was like, yeah, just at the keel because I've done that on a few phases, and the phases that have it have loved it. I mean, it worked out so well for them. It was really cool. Um, and you're talking, see, and that's what I was getting into too. You're talking about like around 150 and $5 a pack. Okay, and, hey, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you guys want to go ahead, like I mean, build your plane or build your plane. I'm not gonna. I don't tell anybody how to do it. Not, don't get me wrong. If I had them, I'd probably do the same thing. But I think I have a few sheets of cardstock around. But like you've heard me and Mark talk about like the Dodge paper as we call it, because basically it came from a Dodge dealership. It was like a brochure, and you've seen brochure papers. They're like of a thicker bond and usually of a laminate, at least on one side, typically both. That's what we were using. And I mean, even a basic glider, almost a flying bus, if you did that, whew, we're talking it gets really thick really quick around your folds, around the nose, even the wing pockets. So it's not something you want to typically do with the thicker pieces altogether, but it could make a plane that you could tape together, taper style, or glue it together or something like that without all the folds. I would actually highly recommend that. As a matter of fact, it'd probably be a better idea to do that. That plane I was building the other day, that phase that I made out of just cuts, would be a prime example. Be a whole lot easier for you to just go ahead and skip those folds, cut it down, glue it together, and make it. Usually, when you see any persons over in Japan, their flights, and if you remember White Wings, Dr. Ninamaya's creations, um, but even still to this day, a lot of their flights, when you look at Japanese um, original origami planes, they have a lot of the similar designs. There's a basic design pattern for them. Bigger wing glider, they actually have a wing and a tailplane, typically a vertical tail, sometimes facing down versus up, but it's always like a regular aircraft design. And they build it out of their sheet. And help me out here, guys. I know one of you thought about it or Google it, but there's a name for the sheets that they use. They use it typically, it's a really strong bond, and then they end up like gluing them together. They use glue, they glue them together, so there's like about 20 sheets around the nose, and it extends into a tail, and then they build the wing out of two or three sheets and the tailplane out of two or three sheets. So it's really, really bloody strong. I mean, there's as a paper airplane, it's way more advanced than something like this. But hey, any way you want to produce, I see no challenges. I mean, whatever. If you want to use 10 to 12 feet of tape, that actually is not as much as it sounds. I mean, not really. I mean, hell, you probably use. I mean, I've built a couple of your planes, OAE. I'd probably use about a foot of your tape, tape it all those places that you want to tape. I mean, I know it takes a small sheet, but man, damn. You know what I mean? It's like yours, you use a lot of the little sheets and they could add up. So, I mean, hey, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. If it doesn't matter to you, I don't really care. I think like Taper's talking about like the blended body. I think the blended body is could be made out of any paper as long as it can be tapered, right? You don't need to go cardstock. Whereas if you're building something like if you use a regular sheet, well, cardstock is probably good. But for example, OE, are you just simply taping the pieces together? Like you taking one sheet, putting it next to the other sheet, and just running a string of tape along there to get it together? A little with maybe even a little bit of overlap. Man, I can imagine the weight that would be. And what do you use for a frame? Because you were talking about the frame. What do you use for a frame? Do you like unscrew or dismantle, say, a wire hanger and put it on the inside? Because that's not even going to be long enough. It just that amazes me. It's like Taper says, you got pics? I'd love to see a pic or two of this. Where are some pics of your flights, man? I got to see some pics of some flights. You got to be having better weather than we have. Being like I've got really no excuse. I should be flying after work, but I'm so into like getting this move accomplished that I haven't had much time to do it, and I feel bad about that. I should be flying. Um, we've had better weather, and now it's going to be rotten weather for the rest of the weekend. But it's a oh man, we should have built an ark because it's a lot of rain today. But I got to live my life vicariously through you people, so you got to fly for me. I'm sure your estimate is probably low. Yeah. I mean, because again, if you don't watch it, you could use a bunch of tape. Even that spider right there that Mark is showing us. Even on that thing, you could get if you're using tape in certain areas, not just even the nose. You could tape with like 3 inches of tape around that nose. And look out before long. You're using a foot. Doesn't take much. No, you can leave it at 20 feet. So I kind of like that.
20 feet. Ain't nobody. Nope. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I love the way you abbreviated it. It looks GTFD, so it's like get the fuck down. Not got time for that. Every time I see it, I have to do it. Like, what is he talking about? GTFD, get the fuck. Oh, got time. Because it doesn't. You need the A up there. I'm telling you, you need to put the A first. Did you really? I didn't go take a look at it yet. Forgive me, like I said, I'm so into the move, man. I have been seeing tape, Robert. I have been seeing what you've been sending me on the messenger and stuff, and hopefully other people, like you get a hold of that. But I ain't been able to check out any videos. I did like sit down and see Y13's latest. Actually, I shouldn't say that. His previous latest. I didn't see the latest yet, because like we're heading into the home stretch of my move, so. I ain't been able to witness too many things. I watch Mark's burning videos again because they're amusing, but it makes me want to do another burning video, which I probably will do because as I'm moving, there's some planes to get rid of.
Oh.
So, would you say that you're using as many sheets of cardstock to make that bird? Are you counting the frame, not just the outer skin? Because, damn, that's a lot of paper.
It's a bunch.
It's a bunch of paper. I'm just thinking about that. Mark, I would think you probably are going to end up with this having only Spider V3 out of this, aren't you?
You hush your mouth.
I'm literally no. I mean, I'm being serious. I've literally been giving it thought, and I was like, well, if you do, V2 is still retired, so it doesn't really affect it either way. But, I mean, even if you go micro size. But if you do say, like, okay, the calendar paper is the bomber, and then the Chinese paper is the fighter bomber, you still got, like, okay, FB Spider V1 and B Spider V2, or V1. But then you go with, like, what else did you say? You got, like, heavier... No, you redid your folding, right? Just kind of like with Thunderbolt. You did the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be V2. And then your new anhedral's V3, but that's all you've got, right? See what I'm saying? That's all you got. But it's not a bad thing, though, because you've got a lot of tech variants going on now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get a lot of... Yeah, I can. And I'm gonna work with it, and I'm gonna work with it, too. But I also... Man, I want to work with this one, which is why I got, 5 of them.
Hey, dude, that's the one thing we can put on him tonight when we're talking about it. Why don't you build another one and put DFRWs on there?
What?
Because you haven't done that yet.
On this?
Yeah.
On this?
Yeah, I think it would work great, especially because they're stiff. They would support it really good. I mean, dude, for real, the one that you built, like we did with KA's technology, it's basically that anyway. All you're doing is making them slightly bigger. Come on. And since you've got a nice little version of, I mean, it's got a nice platform. It looks like a Phase 3 anyway. Phase 3's already had it, so you kind of say, I've guinea pigged it. You could try it. It's probably going to work really well.
Stupid Mike.
20 sheets.
Stupid Mike. Who uses that many?
Well, apparently he does. Apparently.
Where do you get the money for that?
Says the guy who just bought an air conditioner the size of this piece of paper. Or, I mean, excuse me, a cooler. A cooler. And he doesn't want to call it a cooler because, well, it really is a cooler. What is a cooler? I mean, my God, it holds 2 drinks. Maybe 4. 2 drinks. I'm just going to
it's got like 3 in there right now.
Oh, my God. I'll be like, hey, bitch, go get me a freaking drink. I ain't bothered with that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Damn.
That's my favorite one.
I can tell. apparently, at Oscars, the Western Burger is the sandwich of the month. Y'all go ahead and check that out. I'm just kidding. This is for June.
For June of when?
This year.
Oh. Of 2020? They actually have a menu?
Yeah, they got a menu. M&M cookie dough was the.
They're open?
Oh yeah, they open.
Is that
Everybody's got drop.
Is that the is that the one?
It's not cops.
Oh yeah. I was thinking cops.
If you guys ever heard about Wisconsin, all we have is like burger and custom places, and they're a dime a dozen. But boy, you got to have one of them burgers. Whew.
Well, yeah. I do know that I've had that. I've had my cheese curds. Had some cheese curds. So we actually have some cheese curds down here too. And I'm not talking fried.
Hey, Y13. Thank you for dropping in. How you doing?
Yo. What a
I just
privilege.
want to say your shows are really cool.
What a privilege.
He did that because I dropped it. I think I said the same thing on like one of his shows 3 times back. He's like dropping in and say, "Hey, what's up?" Because we always peek in.
Yeah.
So, dude, yeah, okay. Get your sheet of paper because we need to give you DFRWs, man.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, man, you got to build one with DFRW. You got plenty of time for that. We got to build something. Tech talk. We're talking tech talk.
All right, well, I got to cut the sheet down, man.
Okay, cut the sheet down.
Are we doing it?
What?
You want me to put it on Ekron?
Yeah.
What paper do you want me to use?
Well, that's up to you. Whatever paper you want to use. You could use a regular sheet. You could use something stronger if you want.
I don't have one built out of Coffee News.
Okay, give it a shot.
I don't have one built out of Coffee News.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, but if you do that, then you won't know if it's the tech I'm giving you versus the sheet you're building that makes it good.
Crap and stupid thing. I need to
keep that in mind.
I gotta shush.
I'm just trying to help you out, brother.
Do I have one built out of regular paper? Alright, fine. Fine.
Well, you gotta try that FPV mount. I mean, I can't believe I haven't wandered into that myself. Actually, yes, I can. I mean, it essentially turns your paper plane into a drone. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, it's pretty cool. It's just that I don't know what to expect. I mean, like when you have a bigger plane, when you have you guys like to build the bodies, which is way cool. And I'll probably do that at some point in time. But even when you see the ads for it, picture ads and everything, it's always a regular folded origami style. So I think of all the amazing things you could do if you could bury that inside of a blended body, for example, or a formed body with a fuselage and flying wing. All the ones you guys make, and I'm just like when you put it in like the keel of the fuselage, it's like, what the hell's the point? I mean, it's cool, but I'm just thinking man, dude, I gotta build something so strong to be able to put up with I know it's not that much weight, but it's enough weight that this plane is that's got to be false advertising. I don't see my planes holding up too well with that. And even if they did, what the hell are they gonna do?
Heck, no, not.
Is there a set length to that, battery to prop, or can you actually alter the length of it so you can put it on something this small to something this long? I need to get one of them, I suppose. I do have the electric paper airplane launcher, but I never got the FPV or even 2.0. I mean, because I know I think that's the thing everybody moves up on because I play with your phone. You're crossing a line, baby. You're crossing a line. You can make it. Is the battery like NiCad or LiPo, or what's the battery? Just a regular battery? Because I think it just runs off of a hearing aid calculator style, right? I don't know if he's going to be willing to do that. We're going to have to do that on I would like to do that. I had a design I was going to work with, but I'm trying to get him to do are you folding something back there?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, because we can't see the screw. Oh, okay. Oh, you're cutting it. Okay.
I'm cut it my way.
Because didn't you get one of these? Did you not get one of these? Here, borrow this. It's amazing how it changes. See, that's what happens when you lose a little bit of the lag when you do this. You know, it goes through and it comes out like low. It either becomes lower or higher tech.
Yeah.
Steps are movable. That is movable. Okay. I guess I'm gonna eventually just gonna have to break down and get one of the damn things. Don't say it. Don't say it. I know. I'm gonna have to. Like, damn it. I understand. Yes, I think I understand. But see,
Parents just don't understand.
I consider that, like, oh man, but these blended bodies. I need something to build. Like, I need to start like having the prep work. I mean, it'll turn into a Y13 kind of show, which would be really cool. But like, we start out with, okay, we're gonna make all the little pieces in the inside first, because I would want to make the skeletal structure, and then I would basically want to wrap the paper around the skeletal structure.
Oh my goodness, I just had the craziest freaking idea.
Oh hell!
But
Hey,
I'm not
dude,
doing
your
that.
square fits inside your square. That's pretty cool.
That's
What do you
kind
mean? What are we not doing? What do we? What do you mean?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'll do it another time, but I'm not doing
Oh, that's fine. But what? Can you
So-
share it? What's your crazy idea?
it. So, I kind of got the idea from this and thinking of Raptor. You know how Raptor kind of looks like this?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh hell, people.
why can't you make this the nose instead of this or this? Why can't you make this the nose?
Well, you just said Raptor does that, right?
Well,
Isn't that
kind of.
nose on
Raptor does it in a different way. Raptor still has this as the nose, and it just
You haven't-
makes.
You haven't done a how to build for us on Raptor yet.
No,
right?
but I built it live though, didn't I?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you did. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure if you did or not. You have done it with Ekron, of course, but I don't think you've done it with Raptor.
Yeah, and I did it with Dagger too.
Yeah.
Dagger was built on there.
So anyway, yeah, get it going, and we'll put a Phase 4 style DFRW back there.
So you're saying that if I do this,
I mean, again, it's nothing you haven't really kind of already done, because you did this with that little KIA strike tails that you have already. All you're doing is making them bigger, which is why I'm pretty sure it's going to work, and it's probably going to work pretty damn cool. I'm thinking of the ways, like, okay, if I were to build Robert's blended body, which also looks, I mean, they're similar to Y13's blended body. If we draw up a design, well, that's my problem. When I'm just talking about regular folded planes, if I draw up a design, it's never going to come out the way I meant it. They never do. I think about how I want the fold to go, and it's like, ooh, but I like this one better. And then I'm off on a tangent, and I never get it right.
yeah,
Indeed.
'Cause-
Indeed it is. It's always interesting to see it. That's why we do this, and that's why I watch y'all's. You know what? Oh, dude, you know what I just thought of that was kind of cool for, like, OAE. OAE built that bird. Okay, he still had a 6 to 7 inch long, like, length, which means he could put FPV on it, even though the damn thing is 88 inches wide. That's still, man, dude, you could put 5 of them on that thing. It's probably not even going to notice. If you put 5 of them on board at various places, evened up, the only thing that would stop it from working, I think, is it would asymmetrical flight if one of the engines went out on one side or the other. You don't have to put 5, but it would help, because if they went out and it was asymmetrical, keeping one powered on the center line would be. Oh, hey, that little tangent on that. Do the props rotate the same way? Can you like flip it so they counter rotate? Because it does make me wonder if, like, you put like if you could put 5 on there, like on Colossus that you're talking about, you put 2 outboards and they rotate in, but you didn't. You flip the ones on the inside so they rotate out. It just makes me wonder if like something like that would help it gain lift and keep it aloft. I have seriously got to get out and do some flying. It's really bugging me that we haven't done
I was
much.
just gonna say get out and do some golf.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What?
When I'm 80 years old and willing to wear plaid pants and get shot at with rotten eggs, I'll go golf. But in the meantime, I still play tennis because, you know, it's a lot more faster paced and I don't want to develop a beer gut.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Oh, okay. That must be my problem.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I love walking the course and everything like that, but
Yeah, I did that this weekend.
I'm not doing it again for a long time because, you know, I've proved myself on the golf course. I'm just still trying to prove myself on the tennis court.
Yeah, I haven't proved nothing on the golf course.
You know how to get a tan.
I know how to get a tan. I don't know how to hit a driver. I can hit my irons though.
Man, my dad let me use his 2-iron one time, and I swear to God, I never could understand the use of that damn thing.
I don't know why anybody. I don't even know why anybody has one.
I don't like the 2, 3, and 4. Other than that, everything else.
I have a
And
3-4 hybrid, and then I have
I
a
love
5 through 9 and a pitching
the
wedge
The pitching
and a
wedge
sand
is
wedge.
awesome. I will use a pitching wedge through the whole damn course. I love that club. That thing is so good. And if dude, and I don't know what, like an 8, the 7 and 8 are like my favorites because
My favorite's a 6.
when I hit with them, the ball goes exactly where I want it to.
My favorite's a 6 in the pitching wedge.
And damn it, I'm getting off this topic, dude. Screw that golf. Screw it. No, that's for old fogies to do and play for Buicks.
All right, so what do I do from here?
Okay, so you got did you put, dude? Did you put the STE on it?
Oh, hang on.
Put the STE on. You need the STE. Finish up. Get it ready to make the wings. Oh, and
So you want the anhedrals on it?
Yeah, why not? Actually, you're gonna need to form it. Don't get me. You need to form the wings and the anhedrals because I
Okay.
need to know where it's gonna be so I can see
I
where to
got
put
you.
these things.
I got you. Hang on. Do I slant them? Hang on, let me look at this. Do I slant
Do you want
them?
Y13? Do you want me to call you by name or just say Y13 to be anonymous? Because OAE's really he knows who we're talking about. But I was just gonna say because you know, like, okay, Robert over there at Taper has got like that same, like, I've seen your designs, I've seen his designs. That blended body that you're talking about is obviously kind of like a you know, skeletal structure with skin over it, and obviously all the accoutrement, as it were. But I'm thinking, like, yeah, if you do put too much on it, yeah, I mean, even the ones I've watched you build, like the ones that you took out for the 30-minute flight, like, it was like, holy crap, dude. If I built something like that, this is why it makes me nervous to taper it. If I built something like that, it would be so heavy. So heavy. But you're right, though. I mean, because you can play with it however you want. You can, like, if this is your wing. Oh, I don't like it like that. I think I like it like this. You know, you can change it. Whereas the fold, you're committed and you've altered it, and it's like, oh well, screwed it up. Robert, you're right though, man. Rubber band launching is definitely the way to go, especially if you ever thought about yourself getting incapacitated in any way, like you can't throw or something like that. You could still rubber band launch because it doesn't take much to just pull and let go. It may take forever to toss, but like to just snap back, it ain't nothing.
So you want me to put the STE on it?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Make it how you would make it when it's ready to fly, because this is just added tech onto your base model. So yeah, make it, prep it, so it would be, you know, your regular version ready to go. Ah, I mean, I typically do too. See, that's the thing. Like, I would never rubber band launch, say, the javelin, even though I know javelin could handle it, because I like throwing it because I still throw baseballs and footballs. So I mean, if you could throw that hard, and of course javelin takes a harder throw than that too, because you got to get your body into it. Um, I recommend that for any of you guys that actually have an interceptor plane. If you have an interceptor plane, it should be more than just an arm throw. You should get a little bit of body into it. Ken Blackburn kind of illustrated what you kind of have to do. I mean, when they do their world record throws, I don't know if John Collins got Joe Ayub, the quarterback, to do that, but if you've seen Blackburn's form that he showcases when he threw it, that's kind of getting your whole body into it. And you need to get it up there, but any interceptor requires that. But you guys, if you reinforce it with tape, you probably wouldn't need it. I don't need that much. Javelin is the only one that requires that. Everything else is kind of like, okay, just arm strength is good enough to get it to fly. You've seen some of my videos. It's not like I hardly ever give you a javelin video because it wrenches. You really got to wrench yourself. But any other plane, it's just like only arm throw. So yeah, when you're incapacitated, exactly. So wouldn't that be cool? Man, I got one of those. The wife hates me for this, but I actually have a box of like rubber bands. I've got a box of paper airplanes too, but that's another subject. But I got this box of rubber bands. It's like this deep, this big, literally filled with it, like all different sizes. And if you ever get a chance to get a hold of one from the warehouse, we used to get these at Sam's Club. They would have the rubber bands that wrap around the pallet to hold glass bottles in. Those are primo, dude, because they're like 4 feet expandable up to like 7 feet. When you pull back. Yeah, that'd make a pretty good catapult. I don't think
So you want me to put the fin on it?
Well, no. You're done right there. Okay. So, all right, now, fold it back up. Well, yeah, fold it back up the other way. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, where's a good halfway point between your anhedral and the wing root?
Talking about here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good spot. Yeah, right there. Cut that.
Cut. Whoa, time out. What do you mean cut that?
I mean cut that. I don't mean cut it out. I mean cut it like, okay.
Yeah.
Let me fold this one so you got an illustration. I mean, I'm not going to put a plane to it yet, but this is your trailing edge, right?
Yeah, you're talking about this.
Yeah. Okay, so you got the wing root and you got your anhedral. There's a rough illustration, but you know what I mean. So that halfway point right there,
yeah.
Cut it like about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch in.
On both of them?
Yep. Yeah, you want to make it symmetrical. You definitely want to make it symmetrical.
So, cut it in.
Mm-hmm.
So just straight in?
Yeah. I mean, you can angle it if you want to a little bit because this will be the shape of your fin. So if you want to make it look a little different, you can. But straight in's cool, especially for your first one. Apply online.
So you said halfway?
Yeah, halfway. Don't make it... Wait, let me see your cut. Don't make it too deep. You don't want to make it too deep.
Well, I haven't made a cut yet.
Okay, cut to, like I said, about 3/4 of an inch. A little bit shorter than that. Yeah, there you go. Wait, yeah, there you go. Okay.
About like that?
Yeah, actually.
Or a little longer?
What? How deep is it? Measure it.
Tag nabbit, I can't. It's so freaking hard to measure.
I know, you get it up in the middle and it's like you figure it out what you can. And that's why he uses rubber band launching. I mean, it's a great technique.
A little over a quarter.
A little over 1/4 inch?
Yeah, do you want me to go deeper?
Yeah, give it a... Damn, it's only 1/4 inch?
Yeah, that's only a 1/4 inch.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that is only a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, go a little bit deeper.
Like 1/2 inch?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'll work, yes. 1/2 inch.
Okay, so about like that.
Yep. Now just take that and cut
And
it again at the tip to your ring root
whoa,
at an angle.
cut it here to here.
Yeah, but the other way, not that way.
This this way
No, towards the wing root.
towards this way.
It, yeah, but the other way. No, towards the front. There you go.
So that way.
Yes. Yes. Like I said, basically you're
At a
doing what you
45.
did. If you want, you could experiment with the angle, just so long as they both have the same one. Yes.
And then cut it to the fuselage.
Yes.
Oh shit.
I mean, if you cut into the fuselage a little bit, it's okay, but just try not to do it. See, he's illustrating. Robert's illustrating the way, like what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention, because he was injured, so he came up with a rubber band.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not the first person to rubber band launch in any paper airplane, but it worked for
So
him.
you're talking that?
There you go. Yes, there you go. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
And you can vary all of them as you come up with them. You can make them bigger, smaller, longer, shorter. I mean, if you make them shorter, they're going to turn out to be like the other one that you made, KIAs. And then, but flying this one, you can angle those down, you can angle those up, you can keep them straight. But trust me, I'm pretty sure that's going to work for you. Just because you have a plane that has a basic planform as a phase 3. Actually, that's a phase 4, but still.
So even like that?
Exactly. That looks cool. Yeah. Perfect. I'll get you boys to have fins yet.
Well, I mean, I had this.
I know you did. Yeah.
I mean, I had the little one.
You had the little one. You could make a bigger one too, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the first one. I had this one, which was bigger.
I think when you fly those, you're gonna love those, and you're gonna be like flying those nonstop.
What, this type?
Yeah, I just think.
Isn't
so.
this
Yeah,
on
well,
like isn't that on like your 6 or something like that?
That's the phase 4. Yes.
Or the 4 or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
well, those were like your primary
DFRW.
ones.
DFRW.
They were your like primary ones back 20 years ago, weren't they? Weren't they your main one?
Yeah, they're pretty much the main one. They're the ones that do the dead roll now. So yeah, they're still pretty good. But I use them as my decoys. Because seriously, why the hell not?
But back then they weren't decoys.
No, back then I was actually flip-flopping them with 3s to be the primary strikers. And that's the thing. If you happen to change, like if you like these, and you happen to develop these into like, whatever they turn out to be, if they're your medium to long range attacker or medium to short range attacker, you could like, maybe you decide that one with that tailplane flies a little bit shorter, and you could make it the shorter range version, and the other one's a longer range version.
But that's the thing. Like I think I have an idea. Like this plane, I can just upscale it.
Well, yeah, of course.
As long as I have a square, as long as I have a square to work with. This plane is. Ooh. So if I did a. Can I do? Oh, let me see this.
This is what's cool about it, is it's making him think. So he's thinking now, and he's got ideas. Damn it, I don't want ideas. I want to be stuck here in the daylight.
That's what I thought. I can't do that because it's not. Because America don't make normal size sheets of paper.
Oh yeah, on that topic that we were talking about last week, I don't know. I was thinking about, and we just mentioned it before. I was literally thinking about going to get some A4 paper just so I can have my sheets back that I had, like when I was in school, when I was a wee lad. In Deutschland, and I had A4 paper, because I would like to build the original Phase 1 out of A4 paper if I can see how much different it comes out.
Did somebody hear that?
I heard that. What was that? Was that a calendar sheet? It sounded awfully large. Are you gonna build a Goliath too?
Actually, no. I'm just going to build. Oh wait.
Hell!
What's today's date? Okay, 7/15. Okay. Where's my daggone pin? Oh man.
Please tell me you guys keep track of your coding on the days so you know what day you built the planes. Come on, people.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I realized that I hadn't written it down yet, so I got to write it down.
I don't know why I wasn't using a lot of pressure, but I wasn't using a lot of pressure.
Okay.
You know, watching Y13 shows is kind of like for entertainment value because he makes them really hard to duplicate. I mean, you could watch and you could spit like his shows 2.5 hours long. Very impressive. I like the fact that they last that long. I also like the fact that, like, I mean, you really gonna have to use the pause button a lot if you want to make what he's making, because it's like, oh crap, did I get that right? Rewind. No, I'm not from Germany. My parents and I are ex-military, and they were in the Air Force in the mid-'80s, and they dragged me to Germany for 3 years. So
he speaks his Deutsch.
Ich kann sprechen auf Deutsch. Yeah, not very good, but good enough. I can read it better than I can speak it.
You spoke it right. What was I in the middle of? Oh yeah, I gotta go here.
That's right. Keep up with the coding. Yeah.
Oh, why did I do that? Just drag it down. There we go.
I think I took a lot of stuff from Germany.
I keep
stuff
doing things
that,
the hard way in Excel sometimes.
I do things Germanic. Yeah, you do things. You do things in Excel the hard way sometimes, but I mean, just don't do it that way in Word, because Word sucks.
Well, yeah, I don't use Word that often. I use Excel almost all the time. Okay, so that's that. But I gotta get some space.
Yeah, whatever that is sounds big, but now I'm blocked by the Excel screen. So no, my dad was maintenance, and my mom was, well, actually she was also maintenance, but she went officer, and she worked in intelligence after that. So just kind of the route I took.
I just shot stuff.
And I got a chance to shoot some stuff too.
All right.
Yeah, what? You had flight experience too? Yeah. I never really officially got, that was the thing. I still haven't, I can fly, but I, can't fly. I mean, I can fly. It's just I don't have my license because I never actually finished up to take the test and actually get the license. I'm like, I would need to go back and recertify to get right up to the point where I can have a pilot's license. But I took the class when I went through basic training. I went from everything from getting the plane off the ground, learning to maintain it, and then jumping out of it because I wanted to. I mean, you need to be ready for everything, right? You need to be able to take care of it if you're going to own one. And you need to be able to jump out of it if you're going to crash. So that was my literal reasoning behind doing what I did. I was like, okay, I'm going to take a skydiving class and I'm going to take flight lessons so I can learn to fly this thing. And, well, it was cool because since I was in the military, I got a discount. I got a huge discount. The place was on base. Shoot, Mark over there is ex-Marine.
Kill.
And of course, well,
bang bang, shoot 'em up, bang bang, kill.
They teach everybody how to shoot stuff. So I was in the mobility squadron, so they always taught us to shoot because our AOR was Saudi and Iraq. So it's like when we got stationed over there, we cycled through. We had to learn how to shoot because insurgents were everywhere. So, but Marines are just taught to shoot because they're Marines.
Surgeons?
You have to stop doctors, damn it. Doctors must be controlled. had a Colonel Butler.
Yeah. Oh, he's not old enough.
The hell you say?
He might be now. It's been a while.
That's how.
He could get a waiver.
He could get a waiver.
They might not.
Dude, I swear to God, dude, I think the Navy, I think all branches take everybody up to age 38, so, you know. That's how IVPAC got started, is basically the military. I mean, I was a military brat. All my friends are military brats. And the closer circle liked flying planes, and we like... I wrote that up on the story, but, you know, that's how we started. It was like, we liked the organization and all the cool little things that came with it, so we basically started up IVPAC that way. It's just another interesting way of making you pay for airplanes. Or maybe it's not that interesting. I don't know. I do. I'm still doing it 30 years later, for crying out loud.
It's longer than that.
Well, I don't count what I did. I mean, I retroactive, but I don't count what I did as a kid for so long. So, because like I said, the first flying bus I built when I was like 4 or 5, that don't count. Yeah, I built a plane back then, but I mean, like, did I know what I was doing? Hell no. But I mean, everybody builds a plane when they're a kid. Everybody builds a plane when they're a kid, right?
Everybody builds a kid when they're a plane.
At least that's what the Transformers said. What in the hell am I supposed to do with this?
What you supposed to do, Willis? What you supposed to do, Willis? Oh, yeah.
And we have a Kool-Aid moment. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, flying is life, basically. That's why I did this. I mean, if any of y'all, and I mean, if you're here, I'm pretty sure it bit you too, but like the flying bug, you know, just to be able to go above Earth, yeah, the draw is pretty strong, so that's why I did what I did. Anything that gets stuff. I mean, like I said, this hobby, as it were, I do that because it's just fun to watch my creations go through the sky and piss Mark off. That was not the time for that.
Yeah, it was. Because that's what I think of it. Look, it's just March. Dude.
You know, for all the flights I've got, I think I got more pictures than videos of phases flying.
Dude.
I mean, everybody knows phases. You guys know them just because I talk about them a lot. But
that's
what, dude?
Funny.
What? It's perfectly square?
Well, it is, of course, because that's what I. So the other one fit inside here.
And now this one fits inside there.
It fits inside here. Like it's this dark blue that's on the outside of this line. So you have dark blue, light blue, and then dark blue. It fits that dark blue 12 by 12 square. So I just doubled the size of it. Because we going to do a thing.
We're going to do a thing.
We going to do a thing.
You hear that, folks? We're going to do a thing. Get ready to be fascinated out of your socks.
Ooh, almost jacked that up. Almost jacked that up. Ooh. Oh man, almost jacked this up. Come on, get down there. Get down. Samadana.
See, you ever notice how when you get into this, you get like really quiet because your idea is, well, you know, like you're.
I mean, for me, I don't have to think on this. I had to think at the beginning because I was like, oh, I need a measure. But now.
now, not so much, huh?
Yeah, now it's just fold. Now it's just
Destroy it.
fold. Because I'm not thinking of anything new. I'm just folding it.
Right.
It's already. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to think about at this point. It's hey, just fold this and let's see what it looks like and see what size it comes out. This is gonna be huge, dude.
You know, I was actually thinking about doing that myself too, but like I don't know. I don't like the math so much. I that's putting it mildly. I despise the math, so I couldn't do I wasn't gonna do. I mean, like I wanted to because I used to have this binder full of like the drawings I did of all the aircraft I had. I mean, like my teachers were so pissed off at me back in school because I would sit there in school and like listen for half the class, and the other half I would be drawing something for SIL. Mostly aircraft, but sometimes tanks. And sometimes submersibles. But my bind, like I had a 3-ring binder, I had the Fat Trapper Keeper filled with them, dude.
Yeah, you did.
Was I proud of it?
Yeah,
Well,
you
maybe
were.
Maybe kind of, but I would never admit that to my mother.
Yeah, I don't think she liked that.
This is a stupid. This is a stupid. I know what I should be doing.
It's stupid. It's a
This
stupid.
is stupid. This is so stupid. You guys are about to be visited by Chessie. Here he comes. Yep, there he is. Chessie is fascinated by what we're doing, so he decided to come visit and plan.
I thought you had all those things out of there.
No, he's gonna be one of the last things that moves.
He weighs that much.
Well,
There's a weight limit on the truck.
he suffers from a little bit of anxiety because I think the previous owners abandoned him during a move. So now that we're moving, he's getting a little bit more anxious. So
Oh,
we don't want him to think.
Was that mine?
Yeah, it might have been yours, as a matter of fact.
But I abandoned that thing in Minneapolis.
Oh, well, then he probably doesn't even remember you abandoned you.
You probably ended up Chinese food less than a week later.
Now. Come on now.
It's true. It's true.
And there we have our.
United States government, right there. That's hilarious.
I'd like to think that
States
doing that.
government.
I'd like to think that actually having that, having the AE is like, yeah, because designing versus flying them. I mean, not too many people that design them get to fly them, or vice versa. Just because you usually don't have the similar skills. I mean, we're talking in this day and age. Back in the day, this used to happen at least more often. Sometimes I think we live in the wrong times.
We do.
But now, I mean, if you want to be a startup for something like that, if you design your aircraft, see it through to a finished production model or even a prototype and then get to fly it, that's few and far between.
I wish I was this age in like the 90s.
That's why I was like, Burt Rutan, dude is the man, I mean, he did basically that. Had the ideas, got it built up, and then got a chance to fly them.
I would have made some smart investments, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I would have just played video games.
In the 90s, nobody played. No parents played video. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. I couldn't keep my mom and dad off Tetris long enough to get anything done.
Ma, I need some dinner. Shut up, I'm almost done with level 5.
God damn it, you made me lose. You're grounded.
Indeed.
See, I'm busy over here building an Acron too, because,
No use isn't. Okay, so there's that. Now we can put the date on it. Alright.
Attention Kmart shoppers, we will now put the date on it.
Actually, no, I'm gonna wait because I need to cut it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Kurt Tank. I mean, I was just going back to like because like anybody, Howard Hughes, Jack Northrop, those guys, anybody along
That line of people. I mean, they all did the Wright brothers for crying out loud.
But now you don't see that very often. It's not like Boeing himself gets a chance to fly his birds.
Dang, come on.
I always thought it was a tragedy of modern aviation that Jack Northrop never got to see his vision fly the way it does. But even he knew, like he knew what the problem was. He knew that while he'd like to see, he was striving so hard to attain it. He knew he ultimately wouldn't get it because technology just wasn't there. Not like we have nowadays, and have had for 30 years.
Okay.
I heard that.
So you said take it here.
Really? Can you show us a picture? It's done?
That'd be cool. I'd like to see it. What the hell? Okay, what's going on? The cat has learned that the ping pong ball hitting his food dish makes a sound like a bell. Either that or there's a mouse under there and he's interested in eating it. I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Let's
Surely you joust.
Okay, so let's do
Yes, let's do.
this
What are we doing?
this way. Let's cut it like that. And then
Yes,
cut
I
it.
did that. I did that.
And then cut it
Oh, Jesus. Why?
like so. Oh yeah. Got a
I'm
little.
assuming by saying all this crap that you have an idea here.
Do I? Or do I?
Oh.
I made them curved a little bit.
You seem to think you do, so that's all that's important.
Okay, well that's cool.
Hey, that's cool. I mean, you're already working with something else.
Alright, so now let me tape this up and date it. Keep it regulated. Keep them percolated. Like that. That's how you do it right there.
Damn it, this ain't gonna work.
We wanted to.
It's a boat.
Oh, yeah.
I am so glad I was here to witness that. I think you could get the same noise if you actually stuck those fins in a fan.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't fucking pass out trying to do it.
Why did you want to make him curved?
I just want to see something. I don't really care about it being curved. I just thought it was cool.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because Manta could come back, eh?
Shut up.
Every time, man. Every time.
Alright, so let's do July.
I like to tease him, and you guys feel free to tease him too about like how
Some of his early planes have been lost to the cause over the years.
he knows. He knows.
I don't know what in the hell you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Marine.
You are the reason one of the boxes are missing.
Yeah, maybe. But, using me as an excuse is still no excuse.
Because you don't know where it went.
He's
Because
gonna get into it.
you don't know where it went just as much as I don't know where it went. And the last time that we both could remember having it was when we were at your parents' place.
Right.
And
I'm
shortly
not
there,
gonna, I'm
and
not going to deny that. It's just
yeah, that's the last time I remember it because I think I took it from the barracks to your parents' place, and that's the last time like that little trip that I had. But I can't remember if when we went. Remember when we went to John's down in Wilmington?
yeah,
Did we have it then?
yeah. We had it done.
Was that before or after the trip that I took to North Carolina? Or
That was before wait, to John's? No, that was after the trip you took to North Carolina.
that was after the trip? Well, I was in North Carolina, but that was after the trip to your mom's. Or
Yes.
to your parents' place.
Yes.
See, I don't know where the hell that box went. I
And
really
it's
don't.
crucial because that box.
I mean, it literally just disappeared because.
That's why I was telling him to chill out with that. Mark.
Oh.
On my part, forgive him for saying that. He doesn't know. He sometimes, what do you say? Like sometimes internet people are just internet people. So
Yeah, I don't get out much.
it's true. He doesn't.
I go to work and come home.
Cool.
I don't do nothing.
We'll go take a look right now.
But yeah,
I did want to.
my cat ran away, or I should say, my wife's cat ran away. Back in what year was that? 2013.
Had to be, yeah. Had
Yeah,
to be a while ago.
2013. And I'm not trying to joke on it, but the last person that I saw trying to chase it down was this Asian family. And I really hope they were able to catch him because I never liked the cat. The cat always attacked me and attacked the kid, the baby. And then
The grumpy monkey.
we were trying to, yeah, the grumpy monkey.
The grumpy monkey.
The grumpy baby. So
It was more like a stereotypical.
we were trying to pack and move, and we were coming through our final inspection, and they didn't know we had the cat. So I had to go put the cat in the garage, and as soon as I opened the door to the vehicle, when I pulled up to the garage, cat jumped out and ran away, and I started walking after it because I wasn't running.
Like I said, yeah, that's the thing.
And then the cat was like, I sat there and stared at the cat. The cat was staring at me, and I said, "Don't you run off into the woods." And there was this Asian guy that was standing there, and he went after the cat after I went around the corner and couldn't find it. He's like, "You want me to find him?" I'm like, "I don't care if you keep him. I don't want him." And I hadn't seen the cat since. So I hope he did find him because it was close to wintertime at that point.
He probably wouldn't have made it through a Minnesota winter.
No, even as fat as that cat was, no. Wouldn't have
Oh,
made
that's the one that's in the video chasing your plane down too,
it.
right?
Yeah.
I got that video.
Yeah. No, the cat was kind of actually one of the few cats that I believe that actually could get trained. Because I taught that cat how to not climb on the furniture and how to not claw the furniture.
It'd be very funny if you found that cat at your doorstep in the next day or two.
Oh, I would freak out.
Even though, of course, that was like 7 years ago. But I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it would be 8 years ago. 7, 8, 7.
Might have taken it this long to figure out where you were.
He was tracking me down the whole time.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
This
I'm
guy,
trying to
I'm
get-
gonna
like, hold
come
on,
back and I'm
hold
gonna claw up his couch. It was like as much as he trained me not to, I'm gonna get him back.
I don't know why it's not going to the Gmail.
Stinking
I'm just
cat.
trying to get over there.
I'm assuming it's going to be a standard OAE picture, in which case it's just going to be on a green yellow background.
Right?
No problem with that. No problem with that. Just point it out.
Yeah. It's got this. This is the backdrop every time.
Hey, that's why, like, even on the magazine webpage, he's got that as a background. It's cool. It's like his signature. Got no problem with that.
Nope, not at what? No.
This isn't to say, Y13, I knew that you were Which is again, that's why I meant the comment to Mark was like, "Hey, we're trying to be sensitive here. Seriously, what the hell?" Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's got this. He's got this long name, 3DEA486E-986. It looks kind of like a
Nabbit.
freaking IP address.
What?
Looks like a DNS server IP address, actually.
What for the picture?
For the
ID?
picture name, yeah, the picture name is definitely long, strong, and down to get the friction on.
Oh crap! All right, I
Why
fixed it.
is it having a problem?
Oh, there it goes.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
See, you're asking too much. Holy sweet baby Jesus!
Ow! No, stop.
Is that the standard FPV that's on it? It actually has 2 engines? Holy carp! How big is that tabletop?
Actually, I suppose I can guesstimate by the size of your pad.
Damn! May I show them that? That's sizable.
I don't see anything that's telltale. I'm just like, that's
Telltale? Telltale?
Yeah, that too.
I see you have like a
Tail?
A boom frame going on back there, probably in support of the FPV.
and I see also that the FPV comes with its own kind of like
Lateral support to ensure that the wings stay straight that it sits on. Either that or you made that. That's pretty cool.
Yep. That is 12 inches long.
Okay, so it's the bigger version.
Yeah,
What
it's,
you're saying.
Yep, it's double. It's double. And I went with that too, because I forgot about those. You call them that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But then now I realize, like, oh yeah, Phases did have that,
yeah,
and I hated
Phase
every
4's
single
got
one
the-
of them.
Phases, the DFRWs on, dual fins from the rear wing. Yeah, that's a common thing. Join us. Join our ranks.
The few, proud. The boat.
The
The boat. The Navy.
Man, what the hell is wrong with you?
I wonder how this is gonna fly.
said no man ever.
Yeah, the Wright brothers obviously did that. I wonder how this is gonna fly. About 100 feet.
You crazy fool! Brothers don't fly. Man. No, they flew less than 343 feet. But they did fly up to 300 feet. I think it was like, what was it, 296 feet, correct?
Well, the first attempt.
Yeah. The first flight made by the Wright brothers was shorter than the deck of a 747, so I always remember that. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember that. And the deck of the 747 is 343 feet, so I know it was less than that. But some odd reason, 296 sticks out in my mind. Could be wrong. But, you know, that's what the internet is for, and it's right in front of us, so if you want to prove me wrong, look it up.
Hey Siri, how far was the Wright brothers' first flight?
There it is.
Okay, I found this on the web for how far was the Wright brothers' first flight. Check it out.
You couldn't just give me the answer?
No, she couldn't just give you the answer. Oh, man, dude. Sometimes the internet, dude, is just the internet.
Ooh. You're not even close.
I don't remember. I learned this when I was young. And it's the Wright brothers. The only thing really cool about their design was a canard.
Oh, yeah, the first flight was 120 feet.
See?
3 more flights were made that day, but the record flight was 59 seconds at a distance of 852 feet.
Holy crap! Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Like, how far we going today, boss? I don't know. Just make it down to the side of the hill, you bastard.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I know they did it for the Army. But they started making planes for the Army after that.
Because, you know, the Air Force didn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I can do this. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do this so everybody can see this. Because you got to check this out. This is pretty cool.
Can you do this? We can do this. Oh, it's somebody's birthday.
No, don't print it, you
It's
fool.
somebody's burst day.
Whose birthday? Why did you say it?
Burst day. The day he come bursting out.
Oh. I have no idea what you're talking about. Who burst it out? Scarf and Blobber? Schraffentauter. Where in the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. It's gonna take like 24 minutes to... Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm talking about leaving the page, fool.
No way. I'm gonna go try to get this.
Say what?
I'm gonna go try to get this.
What do you mean, code it right away? You don't ever do that.
No, I did. I coded it. Well, I didn't put a base on it. I never put a base on it.
No, I know that.
I'm trying to do
Yeah, but
this.
you said you were gonna do that.
I understood.
I'm sending it to him now so you guys can see this live. It made a water droplet sound. Ain't that special? Well, isn't... Oh, Jesus. You know how Rick Astley is never going to give you up? Never going to let you down? Never going to run around or desert you?
Something like that.
Apparently he's never going to make you cry. He's never going to say goodbye.
Never, ever, ever, ever.
Don't ask why I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do something real quick.
Apparently he's never going to give us up. Oh.
Damn it. You ever get one going so much that you try to, like, you know, you see it through, you want to see it through, and then you get to the point where it's like, oh man, you know you messed up on it though? Yeah, I'm about getting that point with this thing because I know I messed this up.
Yeah.
I could have broke out my X-Acto knife on this one, but look what happens here, you know what I mean? Okay, now... Oh, I need to... Okay, I think I did it right. Ah, Jesus. Okay, I did it right, but I didn't do it the right way. Did you see the picture? Did you see the picture? Show them the picture, that way everybody can see this. This is a picture that Goliath has sent by OAE to me. And it looks really cool. It's pretty damn big. And does have FPV, as he said. So, what the hell? It's sizable, and it has structural enhancements.
What,
Yeah,
what you want me to show him? What are you talking about?
Show him that picture.
What picture?
The one I just sent you.
Oh. How about that? Holy cow. What the?
That's Goliath, as he said.
Hang on, we gotta... Oh, we can't do it that way either. That just doesn't do it justice. Because it doesn't even fit in the...
It doesn't even fit. Yeah.
It doesn't even fit. That's
Damn
just
it, OAE, you made it too big.
I can't even get it to fit in the picture. I can't get it to fit.
Is that what she said?
No, that's what we would have said.
That's what we would have said.
It should-
Ain't no problem, baby. You got a shoehorn or some shit like that?
This is just not turning out the way I meant, but it's not too bad. Well, I don't need that. Now I'm beginning to make a pile like you will, Mark. We're getting the same kind of thing here.
What? Pile of scraps?
Yeah. I have developed a pile of scraps here. Isn't this the way, like, when you make your first one of whatever it is, usually if you, well, I mean, okay, if you make cuts, isn't this always the way your first one has a slewy kind of ton of cuts? And then,
Then the next ones are pretty streamlined.
Yeah, then you refine the process. But yeah, see mine. Yeah, it's getting up there.
Yeah, you got more than I do.
No, I don't. You got more than I do. Put that pile up there again. Let's compare piles.
said no man ever.
My piles hurt really bad this year. Yeah, yours are bigger than mine.
My cuts maybe, but the actual amount of pieces.
Oh, we're going with pieces now.
Oh, okay, maybe I have a lot. I have a lot of.
You got a lot, dude. Come
I know
on.
I got a lot of single little thin little strips. Like this,
Indeed.
like this one. I got this one right here. Look at that. Look at that tiny little thing.
Yeah, I got one of those. See that? Yeah.
Yeah, but
I got these slivers.
yeah, I got.
My fan is kicking them away.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to get rid of some weight there.
Oh man. Oh my god.
So wait a minute. That one that you built, the one that you built larger, that's an Ekron too, right?
Yes, this is number 7.
Your test fleet is growing. You haven't even flown a single one of those yet, right?
Nope. And I've got 7 of them.
And he's got 7 of them.
Look at that. Look at that. He's got to have fins.
I have to have fins, dude.
I am obsessed with the fins, and I've screwed this one up beyond all recognition because there's too many folds in the base. And these fins are just too damn big.
No, they're not.
I didn't mean it for them to be this big.
You know what you could do?
Yeah,
You could jack it up even more and split it. I don't know if you could split it. It's not 2 pieces, is it? It's just 1 piece of paper.
The biggest problem is, see the way that, wow, that's pretty good. See the way they're kind of like,
Bent?
flimsy? Yeah, because of the folds I had in them. It really sucks. Wait a minute, what did you say? I could do what? And jack it up even more?
I was thinking, but you can't do it. But I was thinking you could split, because I was thinking it was 2 like this,
Yeah.
and then you could split it.
No, they're single sheets. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And that is the problem because I put too many folds near the base, and which is why they're... And I tried to decrease them, but the creases are holding much better. I need to stop creasing so good if I'm not sure of the fold. Because these are some really solid creases, and that's what's causing the problem. Of course, it's also a single sheet. Like, if I'd have built this out of, say, what were we talking about before, people? Dodge paper. I wouldn't have had this problem because the paper would have been stronger. But I built this out of a regular sheet of paper. Well, okay, it's slightly stronger.
Yeah.
But see, this is also the problem. I built them too big. So now they're...
they're susceptible to all these folds. If I made them smaller, they wouldn't be. I could do what he was saying in a reverse way. What I could do is I could fold them down on themselves, so it's a double sheet. But
Yeah. Then you
I
could.
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. That'd be a little
There's
rough.
there's some form of Ekron in there a little bit. If you notice, just a little bit, but not a lot.
A little bit. Little bit of the wing pocket.
And a little bit of that very narrow STE that we like to give these.
Yeah, I gave this one a little bit more.
I see that. Yeah, you really did, didn't you?
A little bit more, not much, but it's mostly because the paper wasn't even that well in the back, and I trimmed it up to make it even.
You know what? I can reinforce that. I may be able to get them straight again with reinforcement. I don't know if I should do this or not, but I'm going to do this.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, you wouldn't.
You're
do it,
adding
but-
weight to the back. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but there's a ton of weight in the front,
Oh well, I don't.
so
see,
I'm not.
I can't
I'm
tell.
not. I'm not too scared. There's a ton of weight up front. I'm a little bit nervous as to how much weight really is up front.
Apparently, not enough.
Well, it's enough that if I put the reinforcement on down here, I don't think it'll harm it. It's not like I'm making a big piece of tape. I'm just trying to recover this thing's integrity. Are we tired?
Yes. And I've been working like crazy, man. And now I'm staying up super late. And I gotta get up super early in the morning.
Are you trying to tell me
So-
we should wrap the show?
So, yeah. I mean, we're at 2:15 right now.
Well, it's a pretty good show. Everybody came by and said hi.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys stopping by once again. We made it to the end without getting too far off tangent.
We did. We did a pretty good show. We did a pretty good show this time.
Yep. Go ahead and sign us out.
Well, folks, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Y13, appreciate it. OAE, Robert, always a pleasure having you guys here. Everybody else that stopped, if you came by, liked having y'all in. But we'll be back next week. Keep you with the updates. But in the meantime, in between time, always remember to keep it flying.